Another weekend working in the garage. It's been a little bit, but we're making progress. I think pretty much we haven't done anything since we left off another video. Make this short and sweet. If you're watching this, we are running on this video. I'm not going to post it till we're running. So real quick, I think I talked about it before, a neutral safety switch. We're not even going to dig into it. We're actually just going to hook a switch panel on this for my fast system. Click the button, fast turns on. It's easier that way. I don't have to worry about anything. It makes it super simple. So if anything happens to the track, you know there's only one possible solution. You're not sending power. That's it. Or if the pump's bad. We don't have to guess with the ignition, all that. So there's that. Number two, we're going to put a push button in here. Again, simplifying it. You don't have to worry about anything else. Just push the button, sends 12 volts. I think, again, I don't do this for a living. I'm not a professional at this, as you can see. This is a garage build, budget build, just seeing what we can make work and see what kind of power we can put down on a budget-friendly truck. Saying that, I don't know if the ECM is getting power. I think it is, because when you turn the ignition on, you could hear it, pop and bang and opening things. So I believe that wiring is good. So we could turn the key, flip the switch for the fuel pump, let it run for a couple seconds, and then we could push the button to start it. So that's what we're going with right now. I think the power is still getting sent from the key. It's just not turning anything on because, one, my rear harness does not match my cab harness. So that means I'm not sending power to the sending unit, which gives me no fuel. Again, we're simplifying that because we're probably going to rip the harness apart and just do running lights and a fuel gauge and be done with it, because we're going to end up going to a fuel cell. So we might not even put wiring back to the fuel cell, because what's the point? We're going to be ripping it out soon anyway, and then at that point, we're not going to have a fuel gauge. We're going to have a fuel cell. So honestly, we could simplify it and make it just tail lights. So real quick update. Oh man, it's dark in here. Got a switch panel installed. It really is dark in here, damn. But I got a switch panel installed right here. This is an Amazon switch panel. It ended up actually fitting perfect. I didn't have to cut nothing. This is just the factory where you put your phone. There's one up here and one down here for this dash. And it snapped right in. No screws or nothing. I mean, it's in there. This is going to be my fuel right here. The very last one's going to end up being my ignition to start the truck. Or the starter, I should say the starter. I'm not going to leave it on here forever. I'm just doing temporarily till I get a push button. I'm probably going to put the push button over here where this gap is, or push it over probably and put it on this side so I can just click fuel and then push. So this is your common rail fuel line return. You might be able to see it down there. See that banjo bolt off the back of the fuel block right here? Stubs out, and it's a push lock fitting. I think I talked about it in the last video. I forget what size I ordered. This is a different size than this one. This is your fuel supply. This is your fuel return. Your fuel return is only a 3/16 push lock. I bought it from 3/16 push lock to 8 AM line fitting. So I got a 45. So you're just going to push on here. I'm going to run my fuel line all the way down the frame and back up and get rid of that stainless steel line that's under there. Going to be very clean look. This is not very expensive at all. I love AN lines. I do everything in A lines. Probably going to end up doing my coolant hoses in it and everything else. But as of right now, my ugly little wiring. Got all my wiring sitting here. I got to tidy them up once we get the new battery in the tray. I tied right into the starter wire. Like I said, I got to clean that all up. But I'm going to hook this fuel line up. I'm letting my fuel tank drain right now so I can put my beans sump in. I bought push lock. They're actually not push lock. They're barb to replace what these are, which are push lock. So I can just push the hose right on. Get the sump in. Get the battery in with the wiring. Hook the return line up. And I think it's ready to start. Ready to fire this thing on, CJ?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear this chop, dude. These bigger injectors. Look at me. So we bumped into a little bit of an issue. Found out why the truck's firing up and then turning right off. It's because we have security on this dash. And the steering wheel is from the 1500. So we don't have a key fob. That's why we have these extra wires as well, I'm assuming. I'll just turn my headphones on. That's why it's not firing up. So it fires up for a second, 5 seconds. Red security light comes on, shuts the truck right off. It thinks that there's a theft problem. Didn't even think about it until we fired it up like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, oh crap. Yep, that's what it is. So I might have someone with a scanner that might be able to delete the security system. We're going to have to look into that. I'm not sure. I've never dealt with a security system this far in depth before. So we'll figure it out. So last night, me and Justin were talking, and we're like, oh, what's this extra wire? Thinking, well, maybe it's for a skimmer. Let's see if it works. Put my phone down. Wow, plugs right in. It is a skimmer. It's for the damn key. And this is probably why the truck only fired up for a second and turned off. But we have the old style key right here. Once we get it out, we should be able to either mount this and use this style. Oh, I think I got it backwards, actually. I think it goes, yeah, like this. See, it's still got the screw mount and everything. We shouldn't need that. We should be able to just, I mean, yeah, I'm going to get a new skimmer for this. This is from the Mega Cab, but I should be able to just put it in like this and start this thing. So if I get that thing to stay there, plug all this stuff back in. Let's give this thing a shot, see if it fires up. So if it does, we know what our root of our problem was of starting up for a couple seconds and then turning off. So let me connect this battery and give it a shot. Why not? If that's the case, that'll solve our problem. Red light comes on. I think it came back on yesterday and stayed on again. So it looks like it's not doing that now. Look at that. So it recognized the key now because it doesn't have a red light. So we should be able to start this thing. Turn the fuel pump on. Well, you look at that. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah, she got some chop to her. Next video, we're driving it.